that's our Kiss worst to best.
Yeah.
Frankly, we didn't want to do any of the makeup stuff because then it just gets
non-makeup.
Non-makeup.
And
stuff,
most of it, I don't care for. I think.
That's where him and I are different because I love a lot of the non-makeup stuff.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
Reunion stuff since then?
I don't care. I mean, I loved Lick It Up. It was about, as far as non-makeup stuff, that's probably my favorite. Then I didn't give a shit about them pretty much. I mean, I heard all the stuff. I just didn't care for it. And it kind of carried over into, all that Kiss stuff led into the later 80s when it was all of the glam and hair metal type shit that I really, some of it I liked, but I grew wary of it really fast. And to me, Kiss fell into that. So I just kind of, kitty toes.
Yeah. To come in the video with us.
And I think
they had a big missed opportunity when they did the reunion and then they got together and became the four guys again on Psycho Circus. They could have been much more than it was.
Yeah.
If they would have actually not tried to be Aerosmith and let's get big hit singles, which Aerosmith was a hit making single machine at that point.
Yeah.
Let's do the ballad like they had just had Aerosmith had a big hit ballad with Don't Want to Miss a Thing.
Yeah.
So what do? They do a Diane Warren song on there, you know. Then they hired a slick producer to do the production. If they could have just got the four Kiss guys into the room. What is the best song on that album? It's the Ace song.
Oh yeah, Into the Void.
The only song that features all four guys playing on the album.
It's sad. I mean, I think at that point too much water had gone under the bridge. Maybe that's.
No, it was the Gene and Paul show. Specifically, it was the Paul show, and he wasn't going to let anybody else have their ways. And you know, even Ace, he said he submitted like 8, 10 songs, and he got one on there, and
that was just like old times, really.
Yep.
I mean, especially for Peter. I think Peter had one song.
And only played on one song on there. He sang on one or two songs, and he played drums on one song.
Yeah. See, I didn't take notice of Kiss again after Lick It Up until Revenge came out. And I remember I heard Domino.
Great song.
I thought that was a great tune. There's some good stuff on that album. And then the album they did after it, The Carnival of Souls, which didn't come out till later, I thought was great. But it was Kiss,
very Alice in Chains inspired.
Which is, I love that stuff. So naturally I would like that. But
that was Kiss album. That was Eric Singer and Bruce Kulick, writing all the songs, really. So
I mean, it was an afterthought because that album wasn't released officially till much later.
Yep.
It got waylaid by the '96
by the '96 reunion tour, which was massive.
Right.
But again,
which I missed, and I still kicked myself.
I saw it, and I'm glad I did, but I'm just.
I mean, I didn't miss it. I chose not to see it for personal reasons, and I'm upset that I did because that was my last chance to see
the original
Kiss.
My thing is Psycho Circus could have been so much more. It could have been.
Yeah.
It really could have been a great Kiss record if those four guys just could have put their damn egos behind them and just recorded a rock and roll record.
Yeah.
But no, we had to.
And then the stuff since Monster and Sonic Boom, I could give a shit about all that.
I have them. I'm a Kiss fanatic.
I have them.
I listen to them. They're just not something that I listen to over and over again. They're just
no. I mean, the magic as far as what they can create new, I think that's long gone.
Yeah.
Whatever they had initially, it's long gone.
It's a shame. It could have. I don't know. That's to me. What if they would have just done this?
That's true with a lot of things.
True.
I mean, you're talking Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, probably two of the biggest friggin' egos in the rock world. You really think they're going to humble themselves?
Oh, no.
Doubtful.
But it wasn't just them, too. It was also the producer they had. Again, they chose a producer that.
Who produced that one?
Was it Kevin Valentine, I think, or anyhow, the hit producer.
Yeah.
And he was not above bringing in studio musicians. He felt Peter couldn't play well enough, so he didn't have Peter play on the record at all. Ace did his one song, and he refused to record his song unless Peter could play on it. So that's how Peter ended up on that song. And Peter ended up playing on two songs. He played on that one, and he played on the re-recorded Detroit Rock City, which ended up getting used in the movie Detroit Rock City.
Was that on the bonus disc of Sonic Boom, all that re-recorded stuff? There was a whole disc. They came out in Japan under a Japanese title, But it was called Kiss Classics over here.
Yeah. No. That's different.
Different? Okay.
Yeah. No. Actually, I don't
That's
think
all with Tommy and Eric.
Yes. The Detroit Rock City was used in the movie. It was never actually released on a record.
Oh, okay.
But I mean,
so it wasn't on the soundtrack for it either.
I don't think it was. No. I don't remember. But in any case.
That's our Kiss video.
There's our Kiss.
There's a big old rabbit trail at the end.
Kiss bonus material at the end. Anyhow,
we didn't mention Fraley's Comet or Peter Criss solo exploits, but
yeah, or Vinnie Vincent Invasion.
Yeah, or
White Lion,
White Tiger.
Yeah.
Mark St. John.
All the many, Mark St. John. All the many different bands that went out from this.
Union. What was it?
Yeah, Union. Bruce Kulick's Union with the singer from Motley Crue.
John
Corabi, yep. That was terrible 90s.
There was so much of that shit that happened in the 90s. I just kind of was like, I don't have any time. I mean, I dropped out in the 90s anyway.
I remember, it was years ago now, 10 years, maybe 15 years, I can't remember. I went to the State Fair in New Mexico to see Grand Funk play at the State Fair. They were actually it was the rodeo and Grand Funk. It was just kind of weird.
What year was this?
It was several years ago.
I saw Grand Funk, the original guys, in '98.
Yeah, it wasn't that long. I mean, it was, had to be after that. Regardless, had to be after 98.
So Mark Farner wasn't there?
No, it was not Mark Farner. Because we go to the show, we go late, I didn't care about the dang rodeo. So we went after the rodeo, and we waited for the show to come on, and then the band comes on, and I'm looking at the stage, and I'm like, that's Bruce Kulick.
With Grand Funk?
And he's been playing with them ever since, and he still plays with them.
I didn't know that.
Bruce Kulick has been with them for well over a decade now.
I didn't know that. I didn't even know Grand Funk was still together.
Yep, still together, still
playing. Because I knew Mark rejoined them for a few years.
Yeah,
and then
Mark's
he was
not
gone
with them.
again.
I know it's the original drummer.
Don Brewer.
And I can't remember who else it was at the
Mel
time.
Shocker?
I don't remember. I just remember not knowing it was Bruce playing with them, and then sitting there with my wife watching, and like,
who's that guy?
Same thing when we went to see that band in
Vegas.
Yeah. We go to see the cover band. And I'm like,
Jimmy Crespo.
That's Jimmy Crespo from Aerosmith up there, and he's like, no. I'm like, I think it is.
And he was a little guy. He's so tiny.
He was awesome.
That was
so nice.
That was kind of. I saw BOC out here at a casino, and I'm looking. I'm like, it's fucking Rudy Sarzo playing bass for them, huh? And I guess he played with them for years.
Cool. Kind of like Michael Sweet playing with Striker with Boston for years. Yep.
I would have liked to see Michael Sweet do something with Styx. I think he could have toured.
Oh, he could have nailed those. Yeah.
Man. Him and Dennis DeYoung have very similar voices.
Yep. No. All right, rabbit trails.
I think we're done.
That's it. That's our Kiss video.
You wanted the best, and you got the best. The hottest band in the world. Yes. The death metal version.
God bless. Stay strong.
Bye.
How long was that video? That was actually not that long.